Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and potentially game-changing technologies that could alter the entire course of modern warfare. It's not a missile, not a drone, not even a nuclear weapon. It has something far more advanced and unconventional. A microwave weapon that some experts believe could actually end Russia's war. When we hear the word microwave, we usually think of the kitchen appliance that heats up food in minutes. But in the world of military science, microwave weapons are on an entirely different level. These devices use directed energy in the form of powerful electromagnetic waves. Unlike traditional weapons, they don't rely on explosives or ammunition. Instead, they release concentrated beams that can disable enemy electronics, blind radar systems, and even neutralize drones mid-flight. This concept may sound like science fiction, but it is very real. Directed energy weapons, including high-power microwaves, have been under development for years in the United States, Europe, and even parts of Asia. The idea is to create a weapon that can cripple modern militaries, which depend heavily on electronics and communication systems, without causing massive destruction to cities or civilians. For a country like Russia, which relies heavily on armored vehicles, missiles, and command centers linked by digital communication, such a weapon could be devastating. Imagine an entire convoy of tanks and missile launchers suddenly rendered useless, their electronic systems fried beyond repair. Picture drones falling out of the sky, unable to respond to commands. That's the promise behind microwave weapons. The technology works by releasing pulses of high-energy microwaves that can penetrate electronic circuits. Modern weapons systems, from missiles to anti-air defenses, are packed with sensitive chips and processors. A well-aimed microwave burst could overload these circuits, causing them to fail instantly. Unlike cyber attacks, which need access to software, microwave weapons physically destroy hardware, making recovery much harder. Now, how could this influence the war in Ukraine? Right now, Ukraine's biggest challenge is dealing with Russia's constant drone and missile barrages. Every day, swarms of drones fly across Ukrainian skies, targeting infrastructure, energy plants, and civilian areas. Traditional air defense systems are expensive and require constant ammunition resupply. But a single microwave weapon could neutralize dozens of drones at once, without firing a single missile. This kind of efficiency could shift the balance dramatically. Instead of wasting millions of dollars intercepting cheap Russian drones with costly anti-air missiles, Ukraine could deploy microwave systems to protect its cities and troops. A single blast could clear the skies, saving both lives and resources. Another key battlefield advantage would be against Russia's communications and command networks. In modern war, information is everything. If microwave weapons were able to disrupt Russian communications, commanders would lose control of their units. This would create chaos on the battlefield, leaving Russian forces vulnerable to counterattacks. We should also think about how Russia itself might react. Moscow has invested heavily in electronic warfare systems, using them to jam GPS, block radio signals, and disrupt Ukrainian communications. But microwave weapons go beyond jamming. They don't just block signals, they destroy the devices creating them. If deployed widely, Russia's vaunted electronic warfare systems could collapse in a matter of minutes. The implications for global warfare are just as significant. For decades, nuclear weapons have been considered the ultimate deterrent, the weapon no one wants to use. But microwave technology offers a powerful alternative, crippling an enemy's military without unleashing catastrophic destruction. Some experts even suggest this could lead to a new arms race, where nations rush to develop more advanced directed energy weapons. Of course, there are limitations. Microwave weapons are still relatively new and not yet widely deployed. They require a large power source, which makes mobility a challenge. Weather conditions, terrain, and countermeasures could also reduce their effectiveness. Russia, for example, could attempt to shield its systems or develop hardened electronics that are resistant to microwave pulses. But this would take time and money. Two things Moscow is running out of quickly. Ukraine has already shown an ability to adapt and innovate with Western technology. We've seen this with drones, precision missiles, and advanced air defenses. If microwave weapons become available, Ukraine could be one of the first nations to put them to practical use on the battlefield. And the results could be extraordinary. Imagine a scenario where Russia launches yet another massive drone wave. Instead of scrambling missiles and interceptors, Ukraine activates a mobile microwave unit. Within seconds, dozens of drones malfunction and crash harmlessly to the ground. Russian commanders are left stunned, their tactics rendered obsolete overnight. That would not just be a battlefield victory, it would be a psychological one as well. Psychological warfare is often underestimated. If Russian soldiers see their drones falling from the sky and their electronics failing without a single shot being fired, morale could collapse. The fear of an invisible, unstoppable weapon could spread quickly through the ranks, weakening Russia's ability to sustain its war effort. It is important to remember that war is not only fought with weapons, but with perception and confidence. When one side believes they cannot win, defeat becomes inevitable. A game-changing technology like this could push Russia closer to that point. The development of microwave weapons also raises ethical and strategic questions. How far should nations go in deploying such technology? Could it escalate conflicts, or does it offer a cleaner alternative to traditional warfare? Some argue that it could reduce civilian casualties by disabling weapons without destroying cities. Others worry about the long-term consequences of unleashing powerful directed energy on a global scale. But in the context of the war in Ukraine, the benefits may outweigh the risks. Ukraine is defending itself against a larger, heavily armed aggressor. Microwave weapons could provide the defensive shield needed to level the playing field. Instead of constantly reacting to Russian attacks, Ukraine could neutralize them before they even begin. As with any breakthrough, secrecy plays a huge role. Militaries don't reveal all the details of their most advanced technologies. It's possible that some directed energy weapons are already being tested in Ukraine, quietly proving their worth on the battlefield. If that's true, we may only hear about it months or years later, when the war's outcome has already been shaped by these invisible forces. Looking forward, the spread of microwave weapons could completely redefine how wars are fought. Traditional tanks, planes, and missiles may become less effective in a world where electronics can be disabled at the press of a button. This could push militaries toward building hardened, energy-resistant systems, sparking a new technological race. But for now, the immediate impact is clear. A functioning microwave weapon could give Ukraine the edge it desperately needs to stop Russian missile barrages, protect its cities, and regain control of the skies. It could also send a powerful message to Moscow that no matter how many drones, missiles, or tanks they deploy, technology will always find a way to counter brute force. In conclusion, this is not just about one war. It's about the future of warfare itself. The microwave weapon represents a shift from destructive firepower to precision disruption. Instead of destroying armies with bombs, future wars could be won by disabling them with invisible energy. And if Ukraine is among the first to harness this power, it could truly change the course of history. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts on whether you believe microwave weapons could really end Russia's war. Make sure to subscribe for more updates on military technology and global events.